A big kind of V right there.
Swindled you, I mean, sold you this farm? Got us into another project. All right, here's a look at this boat launch. I got it. I want to see if I can't push this out of the way. Planting like wetland reserve program. So I'm going to have to clear probably the L-shaped plot up in this area. Hey guys, Kapper here, and happy Saturday. It's the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and we are going to check out, me and Curtis are going to go look at a property for a land clearing deal. So we might have our first winter side hustle here. But anyway, it's supposed to be 57 and sunny today. Absolutely beautiful day down here in southern Illinois. So let's get some fresh air and check out this guy's property and see how we can improve it. Oh yeah, raise your hand if you know this song. Here it is. I can't let it play because of the YouTube police, but you get the idea. What a jam. Beautiful morning, rock and roll. Let's make some stuff happen. So this country is a lot flatter here. This is north of where we live. And once you get about a half hour north of us, you start losing the hills and it starts turning into the flat ground. I mean, there's still hills down here, but they're not nearly as big or as many down, you know, half hour south of here. Well, the oil rig ain't going. All right, we got one oil rig moving. Oh, some coal, baby. All right, I'm pretty sure this is part of the property. Curtis has his sign up here. This person, Mark, he just bought this recently. Look at this creek up here. Beautiful creek. Beautiful creek coming up. That's pretty. Stepped out and I jumped a deer. She wasn't bedded but 15-20 yards in here. This is one of them pockets where I could see why they bought it for deer hunting, because there's a lot of open ground around here. A lot. And when you get chunks like this of woodlands and overgrown brush, that'll hold a lot of deer. Especially to do what we're gonna do with Mark. Hopefully anyways, you know, put some new food sources in, clean some areas out. We'll see how it goes. There's the man, Curtis. All right, I'm out here with my buddy Curtis, and he asked me if I wanted to help him with just a little something. What are you getting us into here? Well, okay, for our newer subscribers, this is my buddy Curtis, the infamous Curtis Rogers, who has got us into some real pickles for these land management projects. So the ongoing joke, but it's actually real, is that when Curtis says, hey Kapper, I got a job I want you to look at, it usually ends up being like 10 times worse than what he is suggesting it's going to be. Got us into another project. We're getting ready to close on this property. This is definitely a project. There's this for sale sign right there. All right, we got Mark and Allison, the new property owners. So Curtis swindled you, I mean, sold you this farm?
He did, yeah. Just all he fed me was
Some
lie after lie. Yeah, I caught him in here. He was laying out shed antlers and rubbing trees and stuff. But, you know,
you gotta do what you gotta do, right?
What you gotta do. You
gotta make that sell. And then we'll have to cut a trench and run power to where we're gonna put the farm up, or the cabin up here.
All right, so here's a look from above, right where that road goes in. This is the corner of the property. It's the highest part from what I could tell, and this is where they're going to put a cabin in here in this corner up near the road, so it'll have not that big of an effect on the rest of the property, you know, as far as the deer hunting and keeping some of the parts basically as sanctuaries. Was this the one that I worked on already? All right, so I'm on a new mission here. I'm clearing a new road through these woods.
there. Have to move that dead tree out of the way there.
She loves stuff like this, like that root ball there.
The other side of
She'll want me to bring that home.
We've had that farm for 20 years, and we've got a full bush hog like what you got on the front of your skid steer.
Okay. Yeah, I love that skid steer bush hog.
Yeah, I just love the skid steer period. You do so much work with that thing.
Yep.
It's just fun to operate.
So we're still going on a trail this way, right? On this high ground?
Yeah, so we'll tie where the cabin is, we'll tie basically right where we walk. That'll be the trail that meets up with this kind of existing trail right here. A big kind of V right there.
Okay, that's us on the
Yeah,
corner
that blue.
there.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're on the edge.
Where that blue dot. Looking at all. But then again, I'll access from that same road. You know, if I had a shooting house, I'd probably cut a little slot, put the shooting house there to where there's good buffer around to where they can't see me getting in and out of it.
So here's what it looks like now. This is all probably WRP planting, like wetland reserve program, something like that. So I'm going to have to clear probably the L-shaped plot up in this area and the big V-shaped one down here in the middle. But it's exciting, you know, starting with a blank canvas, and then Curtis is going to come in and probably do the food plots after we take care of the land portion of it. Yeah. We're headed towards the creek. Okay, so now we're headed back to the back of the property, though it looks like a good chunk of it is past the river, or the creek I should say, which runs roughly like this. It kind of splits it in two different directions, and then it has another fork going up to the northeast. So their corner up here, which is just off of the river, we're going to see it at the ground level here in a minute, but it corners on the south side of the river, then the river turns around and cuts through their property at two different spots. And it is a big, you know, big, deep, heavy creeks. Really don't have to worry much about like trespassing when you have this size of a boundary in there. But it does make it challenging for them because they have land on the other side of it, so they got to go all the way down and around the road to get to that other piece. So this double deer stand is about their corner, and you can see it's right next to the river. So I got to build an ATV trail pretty much to the back here, and then they're talking about maybe having me cut like a ramp off of this creek so they can maybe get at it to kayak or do fishing or exploring on this thing, because it definitely is a year-round. I mean, I'd say it's almost a river, but anyways, it's a beautiful big creek, if you will. Alright, so now we're just working on blading down this. It's going to be a boat launch here. We got to get this. There's a big hump sitting right here. Friendly. This is a really pretty, it's a strip lake. You know, it used to be, must have used to been a mine here, but it'd be nice if you can get boat access to it. Alright, here's a look at this boat launch. I got it widened out. I imagine this bottom all floods at certain times. I wouldn't want to see it then. I mean, this, look at how high that is. No, imagine the whitewater up here. Oh man, there's a big pipe out there. It must be from that farm field maybe. All right, so back up to the front.
Yeah, back up to the front.
So right now we're on the corner of that V.
Yeah.
So then you want another one like right here?
So that's the trail.
This way?
Yeah.
So this one's more of a micro plot?
Yeah, about ½ acre. And then, you know, kind of a little bigger right here. And then what I'll do is I'll enhance that trail coming around through there, privacy screen, the trail coming out kind of right here within bow range of that shooting house right there, and then have a stand there with that trail coming in. Then, you know, it'll be close, but I think I can get away with a southwest wind right there, whereas I can't hunt that other one with the southwest.
So here's one last look at the creek. It runs north and south, so they got a nice chunk of ground over here on the right side, if you will, on the east side, that they can use separate from the other piece. So thanks for joining us. As always, if you enjoyed this content, which is pretty unique, I mean, we like to have fun, please hit the like button and share it for us. As we would greatly appreciate that, and we'll hope to see you not only on this project, hopefully we'll kick this off in 2 weeks or so if the rain holds up, and we'll be doing this, selling property, we're looking at buying stuff, we got maybe another project on the radar, so lots of fun stuff coming up as we live the dream 1 acre at a time, and we share it with you guys. Thanks for joining us. Have a wonderful evening. Kapper out.